All right. I'm going to give it a minute here. Wait for some people to show up. Let me know when you guys come in. I'm trying a new software here tonight, so I'm hoping that it's going to work. So as you guys come in, give me a message. Let me know that you're here. There we go. Hello, Nicole. How are you, my dear? All right. A little bit of a delay of things coming in, but that's okay. So I see Nicole and Laura, Heather, Dale. Hello, everyone. Danielle, good evening. And thank you for asking about my Christmas. Yeah, we had a good Christmas. It was quiet. I Christmas dinner with my family. I think we had to get my head this way a little bit. Yeah, so it was a really good time. Hopefully you guys had a good little break, good little holiday as well. I know I really missed everyone. Feels like it's been forever since I've been live. And hello, Danielle. As I said, Sarah. This is a different software for me. Hello, Cheyenne and Annette, Janet. Nice to see everybody. I'm super excited to be here this evening. So, I guess I'll have to come back to that. Let me see. Kathy, Grace, Lisa. I got all sorts of people tonight. Not sure how many are here, but yeah. Linda, long time no see, my dear. Let me catch up to the bottom of my stream here. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, I'm trying out some new software. So I'm going to see how things work. Hopefully everything's going to be okay with it. Hopefully it runs a little bit smoother. Janet's, thank you. I missed you too. I missed all you guys. Christmas is quiet but low-key as well, but it was a nice break, rest from the working world and the busyness. Yeah, and then, even coming into 2022, you know what? We're still living in a bit of a crazy world, but for some reason, things just feel a little bit more level. I know the energy has been really intense the end of last year and coming up this way. So I've really noticed it in my body, in the back. Just aches and pains, being tired, going through stages of being really tired to stages of, not much sleep and wide awake. I know, Courtney, you're asking about snowing. It's not snowing here at the moment, but it was snowing earlier today. It kind of depended on when you looked outside. It's kind of like wait 5 minutes and it kept changing. So yes, it's so wonderful to see everyone again. Laura, thank you. And yeah, my hair does tend to grow fast, which is not a bad thing. It's thinner, but at least it still grows. So that's a good thing. So for those of you that may be new, and maybe you're not familiar with myself and how I work. Basically, the way that I work is as I see your names come up, the guides kind of direct me to certain names. And as they come up, you know what? I make a list of things so that I can, keep track of things. Don't mind me if I'm kind of all over the place talking. It's sometimes when I'm in a really grounded state, it's harder for me to speak from my perspective versus the guides or spirit's perspective. And I'm working very hard to slow down so I don't trip over my words. So the way this works is as I see names come up, my guides direct me to them. I write them down and you guys will have the opportunity to ask a question or have a connection. So, it's up to you. So when I talk about connections, these are people that have passed. These are animals that have passed. I can connect with both. And when I talk about questions, these are kind of your psychic type of questions. Yourself, career, kids, relationships, things like that. I do ask that if you are chosen for a question that, please ask one question or one connection, okay? Because I do my best to try and answer as many people as I can through this process, okay? So let me just take a look down here. Danielle saying, I really felt that as well too. The end of the year, quite a huge energy, and now I feel more grounded this month. Yeah, it is so true. So true. It's been a little bit crazy. Courtney, you're more than welcome to come up and visit anytime. Not a problem. Hello, Leslie. Haven't seen you in forever either. Okay. Give me a second here. I was just drawn to a name, but I actually had a question. When I was grounding this evening, I had the name of Daniel or Dan come through. So this would be somebody on the other side. So if this name means anything to you guys, a Daniel or Dan on the other side, please throw a message up here so that I can, do this connection as well. Okay. And, make sure you say hello, because I don't know who's in the room unless I can see your name. And when I can see your name, then I know what's going on. Okay. Hello, Miss Kimmy. Good to see you, my dear. Awesome, awesome. So Dale, is your brother on the other side? I don't know if it's Dale or Ann. I'm not sure who I'm speaking to, but let me know. Because I was having a Dan that was stepping forward, Dan or Daniel. It feels like the name was Daniel, but he went by Dan. Okay. And I see your comment, Tanya, about you had a father was Daniel. So I'm going to just give me a second here. I'm just waiting to see the connection with Dale and Ann. At least this platform seems to be working rather well. So, okay. Okay, so let me see if I can get a little bit more, because I also see Kimberly. So Kimberly, you're saying your husband on, I presume, on the other side is Dan as well. So give me just a second here. I just need to key in a little bit more. Hi, Jay. You know what? I'm going to... Okay. Kimberly, I'm going to come to you, okay? Because when I was connecting with them too, it was almost like the sense of needing to connect with his girl. So to me, that is more of husband, boyfriend connection, however you want to look at that. Are you okay with me kind of going with you right now? Hopefully you are. Put my phone to the side. I have my phone just in case I have trolls, but I'm not going to worry about it tonight. I can go back and delete them if I need to. Okay. So Kimberly, you guys can hear me okay, right? I've got my microphone here. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me appropriately. Give me just a second here. Kimberly, this definitely would not be his cup of tea, because the first thing I heard was, I can't believe I'm doing this. Right. And then I get kind of a chuckle. So it really gives me the feeling that this would not have been his cup of tea. Okay. Not something that he would, he wouldn't have believed in it here. But, I always say when they get to the other side, they know the difference. They'll take any opportunity they can. Right. And I feel like there was illness with him, and they do show me the ramp, and then they show me more of a quick downturn. Right. Thanks, guys, for your confirmation about being able to hear me. I don't know where that is. I'm still trying to figure things out here. Got too many things happening at the same time. I think I'll delete that one. There we go. It's not quite up in the way. Okay. So Kimberly, I see if I can find it again. Yes, for sure. Okay. Good. Was there a cancer connection with him too? Because it makes me feel losing body weight. And a lot of times emotional issues can develop into the form of cancer. And I get him being very protective, but I also get him that he wasn't always the best at really bringing forward those emotions. So I'm not saying that he wasn't a loving person and he wasn't able to, kind of give you those hugs and things like that, because I get that wasn't an issue, right? I get it more from the perspective of, deeper stuff. Okay, so the cancer connection was there. Yeah, I really felt like there was a cancer connection with him, because he shows me like losing body mass, losing muscle mass, and just really not kind of being the person, okay, that he used to be. Kimberly, has he not been passed for very long? Because I mean, I don't get he passed just like a month or two ago. I don't think he's been passed too long, but those holidays are always the hardest for any of us on this side that have loved ones on the other side. And it just really makes me feel like you had a tough Christmas this year. Okay. 15 years. Wow. Doesn't seem like that long, for sure. Now, did you want an opportunity to ask something about him, Kimberly? I mean, I know a lot of people always kind of say, are they okay? Right? Wanting to know those types of things. And I can always tell you that they're always okay. The guides have always referred to death as returning home. And they've always said to me, how can it be anything but blissful when we return home? I just get, you know what? You were the love of his life. He loved you so much. And he says, I drove her crazy at times too. It almost makes me feel like he was a bit of what I call a clutter bug. Does that make sense to you? And hello to anyone that I may not have said hello to yet. I don't know if I just lost my comments here or not. Oh, there we go. I think it was just hanging there for a minute. So you're saying it never gets easier. It doesn't seem long. Nice to know he's there. He's definitely, right? They're always around. And I see the yes, and I think I presume that's that comment about just kind of feeling rather alone, and the comment about him, you being the love of his life, right? I'm not sure whether that was to the answer to the clutter bug or not too, but it just shows me that it's kind of like he used to drive you crazy, where he would just leave things in different places, and he just kind of shows me this sheepish grin, just like a little boy's grin, right? I just think it's really cute. He really wants you to know, okay, that he's around you, and he has been for a while, because I'm not sure what's going on with you, but he's telling me that you've been a little stressed lately, and just having some difficulties kind of focusing on where it is you need to focus on. Right? Yeah. Kimberly, did you want to ask him a question? When they pop in when I'm grounding, I always try to make sure I bring them forward right off the bat. So I want to give you the opportunity, if there's something you want to know or ask from him, that you have this opportunity to do so. So feel free to post it if you have a question, my dear. And welcome to the newbies. I see Carolyn, Karen, welcome, and Nikki, welcome to you as well. It's nice to see some new faces. And for those that maybe don't know me, I do this on a fairly regular basis, usually about every 2 weeks or twice a month. So Kimberly, I see you're saying no question, just wonderful that he's gone through. Yeah, no problems crossing. Kimberly, do you have kids too? Because it almost gives me the feeling like him watching over your kids. And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to be his children per se, but for some reason he's showing me around one of your children too. That makes sense? I'm just checking out the comments here, guys. Good. So I see the I do, and I presume you're talking about when I asked about kids, because he's showing me being around one of them. He's showing me watching over them. So I don't know if you've been in a state of concern around them or worried about them, but it's almost like him saying, I've got your back. I'm watching over them. You don't have to worry. Okay. Does that help a little bit, my dear? Hopefully it does anyway. And again, welcome to anyone I may not have said hello to. The way I run this thing is as I see names come up, I have a little pen and paper here, and the guides have me, I make note of people's names. So if you come in, hang around, if your name's on my list, you'll have an opportunity to ask a question or have a connection on the other side. So, don't bother trying to post all these questions or connections in the comments, because I'll probably just wind up going right by them. As much as it is me in front of you guys, it is my guides who runs the show, right? They're the ones that know, who needs those little messages. Okay. Awesome. If I got the right one or the wrong one, there we go. Glad it helped a little bit, Kimberly, and I'm really glad that he came forward for you tonight. And you probably or may not have been looking for, a message specifically, but, he was very clear that he wanted to come forward. Okay. So I want to know whether Beatrice is still in here. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Ajibade may be the last name. And you're very, very welcome, Kimberly. So I want to know if Beatrice is in here still or Lou Hansen. Looking for Beatrice or Lou Hansen. I know some of you guys are saying, anything for me, please. Again, the guides direct me to, to name. So drop a love, give me a smiley face, let me know you're here so I see your name come up, because that's what the guides direct me to. Okay, guys? Because if I see, questions coming up, so to speak, without me kind of asking for it, a lot of times I'll just go by it because the guides direct me, as I said. Nothing personal. I love you all. Obviously, we've got over 50 people in here, and it's not the easiest to obviously give connections for everyone or questions. But you know what? This is what I do full time. I do email questions to my website. I do half-hour sessions. I do hour sessions. I do a lot of Zoom stuff right now because I don't need anyone in front of me to do it. I just listen to the voices in my head. So much fun. So yeah, you can always reach out and be happy to book you a session too. So Lou, I see you here, Lou. So the other person must have left. Lou, welcome. If you would like to ask a question or have a connection, just let me know who it is you would like to connect with on the other side or what your question is. And again, when we're asking questions, that's normally what I call your psychic stuff: relationship, kids, careers, and be specific. The more specific, the better the response I can give from my guides as well. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of my list here. Hello to anyone I may not have said hello to yet. All right. Thank you guys for giving me some love and let me see some of these beautiful little hearts and little happy faces. Miss Kimmy, thank you so much. I see you saying about how much you appreciate the time that I give to you guys. And you know what? That means a lot to me. This is my way of giving back, right? And it's getting close to my clients. And it's also letting you guys that in here before that, you know what, this is what I do. I like to think I'm good at what I do. I've been doing it for a lot of years now. So it is an opportunity for you guys, for me to show you guys what I do. But also just to check things out, right? So I'm just waiting to find a message from Lou. I saw you say that you are still here. So please post your question or connection, and I'll be happy to do that for you. I'm just trying to see who all is in here. Got lots of new people. Hey, Edith. Long time no see, my dear. So I have Lou Hansen. The other name I have is Carolyn Curran. Curran, if she is still here. Okay. So I'm waiting for a post or a question or connection for Lou Hansen or Carolyn Curran. Okay, I see you there, Carolyn. I'm waiting for Lou to post too. I saw his name come up, but I haven't seen a post. So seeing as you kind of jumped in there, if you want to let me know if you would like a question or connection, feel free to do so and I'll do my best for you, okay? So I know, I mean, a lot of people are saying, you know, anyone or anything. I mean, I can do that too. Think about somebody you want to know. And the reason why I ask specifically for a question or connection is because I can move through things a lot faster. I can answer and make more connections, you know, for people, right? And that's why I kind of put it that way. So Carolyn, you can take a minute if you want, as far as who it is you'd like to have that connection for. So Marie, you're saying you're having issues hearing me. As far as I know, everyone else is hearing me this evening. I did ask to make sure that that was happening. If there's something else that's going on there, then let me know and I'll check things out. Let me see. So Carolyn, you're saying you've been told that there's a young man around you. You can't figure out who he is and how you knew him when you were young. So are you talking about kind of someone psychic has told you that, or just someone said there's somebody hanging around you? And I presume you're talking about somebody being around you from the spirit side, just to confirm that, right? Okay, so other people are saying that they can still hear just fine. And Tina, hang in there because I have actually your name on my list as well. So someone psychic. Okay. So, you know, a couple things when we talk about somebody on the other side and might be around us, you know, just because someone is around us doesn't necessarily mean that, one, we've had to have had known them in this lifetime. There can be a past life association with them where the spirit is on the other side and they've made a decision to watch over you in this lifetime. And I'm not necessarily saying that's what it is. I'm just saying what it can be. And okay, when people are sensitive, we tend to attract. You can attract spirit to us, right? Guides to us. And to be very honest, I get more of a past life connection. I don't think you've known this person in this lifetime. I don't know if that's being very helpful or not. So I'm trying to catch up to my chat list here, guys. So someone psychic said that he's a guide and that we were close. And what I don't get this from this lifetime. I get a past life association. And it's interesting because what they show me is like a mother-son connection. So what I mean by that is past life association being that you were mother, he was son. Right? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up, guys. And that's why I ask people don't bother posting. I want to connect with this person and that person unless you're asked, because I want to just kind of kills the comments, so it makes it harder for me to catch up. But for those that are new in here, my guides direct me to the individuals. You know, they direct me to a certain name as far as who they want me to connect with. Okay, so don't take it personally. I just do my best to answer as many as I can. Sorry, I'm trying to see where I am. I lost Carolyn. I didn't lose you. I'm trying to find the messages here. So I'll come back to Lou. I see Lou got his question out there too. I'm just writing it down here and then I'll come back to his too. So hang in there, Lou. I'll get yours right after I'm done with Carolyn's here. I can find it. Yeah, you know, Carolyn, when we talk about, you know, there's somebody around me, and it's really hard to validate somebody that's around us when we didn't know them, especially in this lifetime, right? Because it's really hard to validate the personality. Like when I connect with spirit, I get personalities, I get certain traits. And if you didn't know the person, like I said, it's really hard to validate things. right? But I get a past life association. So he isn't incarnating into the planet at this time. He's going to be waiting for you on the other side. But and part of that, from what I'm getting, is it's because he wants to move into the next lifetime with you again. So that's one reason why he made the choice not to come back in right now. He's waiting on the other side. So that makes a little bit of sense, hopefully. Marie, you may want to try going out and coming back in and seeing if that helps, okay? Carolyn, I saw your question there. Is there something else to tell me? And I don't know if you're talking about that situation or not, but I think I just gave you a little bit more information there. What I try and do is, again, one question or one connection so that I can get to more people, right? So I don't know if that helped or not, but that's who I get, who's around you. Because even they show me the clothing. It isn't, it's a period clothing. It isn't anything that's recent, I guess you can say. Okay. Lou, I saw your message. Candy, thanks for helping her out. And like I said, she may have to go out and come back in. Maybe there's something with her computer that's going on there, right? And I know some of you are posting like any messages. Again, the guides direct me to names. When I see your names come up, I have a little list of paper here. I make a note on here. And if you're still here, when I call your name, then you're more than welcome to ask a question or have a connection, okay? Yeah, and you can do some research into that, Carolyn, right? As far as having connections, we call them our soul group, right? We have a soul group that we incarnate through multiple lifetimes, right? And there are cases where those connections are so strong and the other person's come in because maybe that passing point was at a different time frame. And yeah, they'll just go, nope, I'm waiting over here till you come back. And that's what I get from him, okay? So Lou, I think you're still here. I think you were asking about a friend or coworker wanting to know if they're okay. Again, one of the things that I can always say, let me find Lou's, there's Lou. One of the things I can always tell you, as I said earlier, the guides refer to death as returning home. They always put it that way. And knowing that, we don't carry that emotion, we don't carry that pain, we don't carry that stuff with us, right? That is part of the human experience, right? Let me just go down my list here. Hey, David, long time no see. Give me just a second, Lou. I'm just keying in a little bit here. So this was a she too, huh? I'm just trying to find this question here again. Allison, thank you so much, my dear. There we go. Okay. It's just interesting because when you're asking about her, she seems really touched that you're asking about her. Give me one sec. It's interesting because I have, there was definitely coworker, but a good friendship there. And it's kind of interesting because I get the feeling that friendship could have turned into something different if circumstances had been different. Do you understand that? That's kind of the gist of what she's talking about. I get illness with her as well. Very much so. She was not a complainer. She was not somebody, who was a poor me type of thing. And they do show me her transition as being gentle because I do get this sense of what the guides say is breathing, stop, right? Which always represents the fact that the soul itself was in a place where it was ready for that transition, right? You think about her quite often is what she's telling me too. She just feels like she was such a sweet person. Is that making some sense, Lou? Or was there something specific you wanted to know from her? I see your yes there, but like I said, I get a friendship, but it just makes me feel like there was a stronger bond there than that. Right. She's telling me, she goes, he always was so thoughtful. So you know, a lot of little things you did for her, and then even just being there, talking to her, if you will, holding her hand when she needed it, right? That makes sense. Hopefully it does. How is this streaming for you guys? Like I said, I'm trying out some new software tonight, so I'm wondering. Yes, very good. Anything I can do for her children. You know, what I get from her is I see a smile, and she goes, nothing more than what you've already done. So I kind of get the feeling that you always kind of said, you know what, I'm here if you need anything. So she doesn't have, if you will, any expectations, but she's very appreciative on how you do go out of your way at times, right? And just the fact watching over them, that means a lot to her. That help a little bit, Lou? That's it. She's actually blowing a kiss through the lines too, and she's just a smile. No more pain. She's at peace. You know, I think she had a lot of inner turmoil for a while there too. Heather, thank you so much, because I was wondering about the streaming. I think sometimes the other one was acting up a little bit. So that's why I thought. And I thought I'd try this one too, because with this one, I'll be able to set up after so that you guys can do donations if you want, right? So if you really got something that you enjoyed, you know, and you want to donate, not that you have to, not at all. But yeah, you can throw like a buck in and say, hey, thanks, I appreciate that. Lou, you are very, very, very welcome. Hope that helped a little bit. Allison, yeah, it can be emotional. I mean, that to me, that's what a reading is about. It's about clarity and it's about healing. And especially when we are missing a loved one on the other side, maybe we didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye. Maybe they left so quickly. And to me, it's a reminder that, you know, when we leave here, it's just a transition. The soul is eternal. That does not change. And when we need our loved ones, they're there for us, right? They will always be there for us. We just need to reach out. We just need to call. Okay. Allison, I'm glad you're here, right? Sometimes it's just being in the energy as well. So I wonder whether Nikki McKeand, I believe it is still in here. Let me know if you're in here, Nikki. And I know Tina, I said I had your name on my list, Tina Van Eldick, if you are still in here as well. Hello, Deb, my dear. Hope you had a good Christmas, hon. Miss Deb Voiles is a psychic as well. I told her one of these days I'm going to pull her in on one of my lives and she can come work with me. Good, Suzanne. I'm glad. So this platform seems to work a little bit better maybe than the other one. It's a good thing. That's what I want to hear. Okay. So there's Nikki. Nikki, feel free to ask a question if you like. More specific, the better. Or if there's someone on the other side you want to connect with. And again, that can be people or animals. I connect with both. Okay. And then after Nikki, I have Tina. So Tina, hang in there. You're next. Okay. And Deb, I had a pretty good Christmas. Quiet. I actually got a virtual reality headset, and I'm having a ball with it. I'm on something called Supernatural, which is a weight loss kind of program where you gotta you can box and you gotta, you have batons or things. So I make a joke with my husband. I'm like, look, I said, my shoulders, I'm getting strong. I make jokes with him, right? I said, look at this now, 50-year-old, I'm getting some muscle. Okay, maybe you can't see it there, but anyway, I have fun with it. Good. So it's doing a lot better. I'm happy to hear that. So let me see. Okay, Nikki, I see you looking for mom. Oh, it's funny. Give me a second here. Let me just find your post so I can put it back up there. Maybe. That's the only thing I have to get used to is this side comment thing. It's just a little different. I will find. Okay, there we go. Like to hear from my mom. I can do that for you, Nikki. It's interesting because I saw that comment and then I think I'd seen something else. Your mom says you're always polite. I said, oh, there we go. The please and the thanks. And mom's, she's just kind of chuckling. Right? Okay. Give me 1 second here. Nikki, you've been having a really tough time letting your mom go, huh? Because she's telling me, you know, it's like you just, not that anyone wants to say goodbye, and that's not what I mean either. But she's saying she misses me so much lately, and she just wishes I was here. She's having a hard time letting go. And I feel like there were some medical issues going on with mom, and then they showed me a quick downturn. So it almost makes me feel like she left sooner than what was expected. That makes some sense. Take care, Deb. And Allison, I haven't run into my TV. I'm trying to do it in the other room now, but I definitely noticed that it's definitely a workout. I will say that much. Between squats and boxing and lunges, I'm working muscles I didn't realize I have had. Over 50, right? An old gal's got to try and get herself in a better state again. So I'm just waiting for Nikki. I don't know if there's a pause here in the stream, but and take care, Deb. And Nikki, she's still commenting. You know, you make a comment, Nikki, sooner than she wanted to, you know, and from a physical level, I'm not sure we ever say, okay, I'm ready, let's go. Very rare, I would say, you know, but I feel like there was some stuff going on underneath the surface for a while before things were ever diagnosed, right? So she may have had a sense of understanding that there was something there. I don't think she knew things to the capacity of what it was till later on, but she shows me similarities between you and her. So she would be someone who would always put other people before herself, and she shows me that you are very similar. Do you understand that? Just get a drink while I'm waiting for a response here. I think sometimes it might be a little slow for the comments to come in from you guys because it almost feels to pause and then things come in like crazy. Does that make some sense, Nikki? Nikki, do you have a daughter as well? I see your yes in there. I'm not sure whether that yes was to my question about a daughter or not, or just the yes to the fact of you two being very similar in personalities. Hello, Karen. Hello, Angela and Angelia. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it appropriately. So you don't have a daughter. Do you have a niece or anything? She showed me being around a female. So usually when you're talking to one person, it can be a niece, it can be a child of yours. It can be niece, nephew, things like that too. Because for some reason, she's showing me being around a younger female. And if not, that I can still put it to the side for right now. Nikki, was there something you wanted to know from your mom, or just checking in? Okay, so friend's daughter. Because like I said, she's definitely showing me being around a younger female. And to me, it's kind of, watching over, protecting. So if there's anything going on with her, just, you can let your friend know that your mom's actually watching out for her right now. It feels like it's interesting because I get her being confident at times, but, I also feel her, it's like she needs to get out of her shell, a little bit low self-esteem, a little bit. Makes sense a little bit? And Tina, I have you up next after Nikki here. And you know what, guys? I know some of you on the comments are posting about, wanting to have connections. You know what? This is what I do full time. This is what I do for a living. You're more than welcome to, check my website out, paulahunter.ca. Nice and easy. Book a session. I'd be more than happy to set something up for you, make all the connections that you want, and give you exactly what it is that you need at the end of the day. Okay. So, Nikki, I see your comment about the Ella talks to her all the time. So maybe there's some validation there on that one too, so that you know that what she's talking about, what she's picking up on is right. Okay. Did that help a little bit? Tina, you can go ahead and if you want post your question or connection that you'd like. Not a problem. So, Nikki, when you're talking about wanting to know if she's going to be able to watch over your sister's on this side, is this what you're referring to? Just so I can clarify when I'm asking that. Yeah. Sister tends to jump in both feet without thinking at times. Makes sense a little bit. Okay, Tina, I'll do that after Nikki here. Allison, I think it's a good night for a glass of wine. Yes. Yeah, I meant your sister was alive. I felt that she was on this side for sure, right? I get more the sense that, like I said, your sister struggles emotionally. They show me spiking up and down and up and down, which tells me she doesn't always honor herself. She doesn't always do the things that she needs to do for herself either. So, mom can watch over and be there, but it's also stepping back and understanding that as individuals, as individual souls, we make choices on the things that we've come here to experience in the lifetime. So if some of the situations which we may deem as being negative or not so good, from that soul perspective, a lot of times they still need to have that experience so that they can grow, right? Most cases, it can be a wake-up call where they change. Sometimes it doesn't. So your mom shows me being there and supporting and love, but I get the sense of your sister has to walk the path that she has to walk to experience the things that she needs to experience. The guide showed me what I call the three monkeys, which is see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, which tells me she's not listening to other people, right? Does that make some sense a little bit? Have a good evening, Courtney. Thanks for stopping in. And usually on my Facebook page, as well as my website, I post when I'll be going live again. This was originally supposed to be last Friday, but we had a huge snowstorm come in and it kept knocking out my internet off and on all day. So I made the decision not to go live because there's nothing worse than trying to connect for you guys. And then I'm out and then I'm in and then I'm out. Just, yeah, it wouldn't have been a good scene. So Nikki, I see your comment about all the time. Yeah. She has to go through her experiences. So your mom will be there as much as she can, but know that she can't step in and change what's going on because your sister has to have those experiences. Alicia, I saw that another storm this Friday. What was it, 10 to 15 centimeters coming tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow? No, 2 more days. I'm losing track of time. Yeah, and cold again. So that'll be fun. I'm lucky I work from home. So I don't have to drive out in it. I just put another log in the fire, get nice and toasty, and in my office here and do my work, or I have another room where I take my clients. So Alina, shh, I don't want to hear that. No nor'easters. I'm not ready for that. Alicia, yes, it can definitely be a young love-hate type of thing. But you know what? I love it more when I'm inside looking out at it than outside in it. Right? So did that help a little bit, Nikki? Your sister has to walk her path and discover her truth. I look at it this way, at least it's not minus 30 some odd with the wind chill, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully that's helped, Nikki. Tina, I'm just going to key into your mom a little bit here too. Nikki, I see your comment about being stubborn. You make that comment. What I hear is this is an understatement. And then the guides laugh. There's being stubborn, and there is being, sorry, I heard the term anal, right? Marlene, I see your comment. Biking season soon. I'm in. And if you're interested, I've been approached about a female from a female motorcycle club out of Oromocto, and they have a group in Moncton too, Marilla's Coven. So if you're interested, reach out to me. Okay, my dear. Nikki, you are very, very welcome. Okay. So Tina, I know you were talking about wanting to connect with your mom here too. Did she pass a while ago as well? Like quite a while ago? And the reason why I ask is, you had said she left fairly abruptly and kind of not expected, right? And I get this sense of shock being on the other side, and then those opportunities to say goodbye not being there. And then the other comment I heard was, it's almost like missing out on things, right? So it makes me think of, as we grow, it's like, I'm missing out on this milestone and that milestone and something else. You know what I mean? Does that make some sense? So how old were you when she passed, Tina? I'm not trying to get your age now, but because she's representing milestones, right? I just find that really interesting. It's also her way of letting you know that she's always kind of been around. And as I say that, she goes, she knows, like, you perceive her anyway. When she's around, huh? Yeah. I see you're saying had my girls and felt she missed out on that. Yeah. That's what she was bringing forward, was that sense of you feeling as though she's missing out on your life. And know that, our loved ones are still a part of our life. Just because we can't see them or touch them or have those conversations doesn't mean they're not there. Okay. When you hear me say okay, it's because she's talking to me at the same time. And what I heard was, your two girls are very much alike, huh? Because your mom showed me two peas in a pod. One feels a little more reserved. The other one be like jumping off the back of the couch, like just no fear, no filter. She doesn't have a problem saying what she has to say. You know what? And you make a comment, Tina, you said she'd be so proud of us girls. I know. And when you wrote that, she says, let me rephrase that. I am proud of all of you. Right? Just the fact how you stepped up and you stepped in when she passed too. You stepped up to the plate. You helped out. Right? It's like you felt like you had to be the one to keep everything together. And I see your comment about, yes, exactly, your girls, right? Yeah. She's appreciative because it's almost like you became the glue in some ways to try and keep the family together, like trying to keep that connection, making sure everyone's okay, and reaching out to make sure that the communication stays in place. She's very thankful for that. Do you understand that? Yeah. Well, you're, like I said, your mom's saying that you guys had to step up to the plate. I'm very happy about that. Alina, nice to meet you as well, and you're welcome here anytime. I do this about every 2 weeks. I come in and do live. This is my way of giving back, and it's my way of connecting, and it's my way of also letting new people who come in so they can kind of say, hey, you know, I am the, if you will, the real deal. You know, I love what I do, and it's about helping people at the end of the day. And I see your comment about the peacekeeper, always keeping everyone together, right? Your mom is so happy that you've kind of taken that, taking the reins on that, and really trying to keep that family connection together, right? Okay. And then she goes, I am very proud of her, right? She's proud of all of her girls, right? That hasn't changed. Give me one sec. So are one of your girls either named after her or have a middle name after her? Because she's showing me almost like you honoring her, which to me comes back to a namesake. Does that make sense? Okay. It's tough when we have family on the other side. I mean, our animals are the same way. Animals have souls as well, and you know, there's a lot of times where they can be just as much a part of our life. You know, I never had the opportunity of having children. All my kids have paws is always the way that I put it, and you know, they can hold a big piece of our heart as well. I don't know if I'm stuck again or not. I think I do have a bit of delay on what comes through at times. Okay. Okay. Because she was talking about a namesake, Tina, so that's why I was asking that question. It's like someone, you know, using her name in memory, right? So does that help a little bit, Tina? I mean, I know it's not the same of being able to go, here's your mom, but it's kind of the closest we can get. Know that all your experiences, all your family's experiences, she goes, I wouldn't be in any other place than with my family, right? So she is always around. She shows me that she does the kind of the loop is the way she puts it. She takes time to visit everyone, right? So she's very much aware of things that go on. And still keep talking to her because she tells me that you still have conversations, even just to say, you know what, I'm thinking about you today, Mom, and I love you and I miss you. Okay. And thanks for jumping in. Thanks for, you know, coming to check things out. It's definitely appreciated. I feel like she is because I really get the sense that your dad still struggles. It's like I get the sense of your dad putting on a brave face, but it's almost like at some aspects of his life, you know, it's like he's moved forward, but he hasn't moved forward. He still holds himself back a little bit, right? So yeah, as I said, she's kind of around everyone. Hopefully that has helped a little bit. And you are very, very welcome, my dear. That's why I love what I do. So let me see. Is Bambi still in here? Let me know if you're still in here or not. Sorry, I was looking for something. This thing jumps on me. I try and go back and look for something, and it keeps jumping. I'll figure it all out yet. Let me find the bottom now. There we go. Hi, Bambi. Would you like to ask a question, my dear? Hello, Michelle. Hope you had a good holiday. You know what? You are very, very welcome, Tina. Like I said, this is what I do. And to me, this work is about helping and healing and reminding us that we're never alone. So, you know, when we are at our lowest, when we are facing that thing that we think that we just can't get through, know that we always have support from our loved ones on the other side, our loved ones and angelic beings and masters and, you know, our guides, so many beings that are there to help us, right? So Bambi, let me know if you would like to ask a question about anything, or if you would like a connection on the other side. If you would like a connection, who it is you would like to connect with. Elena, I see your comment about talking to our loved ones on the other side. Sometimes, as you said, because we're missing or worried. Sometimes it's just about, as you said, telling about your day, right? Having some fun. But it is really good when we remember them, when we think of them. I mean, that makes them happy too, because, you know, they receive that from an energy perspective. And, you know, who doesn't feel good when they feel the love, when they feel that they're wanted and still needed, right? Whether they're this side or the other, right? Are they? They are. Hey, Candy. I am going to, as I'm waiting for Bambi to post her question, Candy, I see your comment about the trolls being on. So I'm going to jump in and see if I can kick their butts. It's not coming through on mine here that I can see. Oh, Lee Lola, huh? Give me a second. Oh, I think I can block him. Block Lee Lola. Bye-bye. I think I just blocked them. Pretty sure I did anyway. Yeah, okay. I think I blocked them. So Bambi, let me know who does you want to connect with, my dear. It just makes it a little bit easier and faster for me. If there's somebody specific, and it can be an animal too. It doesn't have to be a person. Candy, thanks for letting me know of the troll. Yes, Tina, that's what we lovingly call trolls in here are, you know, and I get that quite frequently when they jump in on my live and try and promote themselves. Personally, I think that is the most tasteless thing I've ever seen. I would never do that to someone else's live. But I guess some people just don't have anything else to do. I don't know. But I decided a while ago, you know what? I'm not going to let it bother me. They're going to be there. I just go in afterwards and I delete it. So, because before I used to run my phone and the other and trying to keep track over here and trying to see if the trolls were there. And I found it really distracting. So I'm like, no, I'm just going to leave that for now and stick here so that I can make sure that I can take care of you guys. And as I said, you know, when you guys let me know, then I can jump in right away and I can boot them anyway. So I know you got me, girl. I appreciate it. So Bambi, yeah, let me know if there's someone specific, my dear. Hello, Marilyn. So how about a friend who recently passed? Okay, do you want to give me a name? Not that you have to, but then I can just go. And the reason why I asked that is, well, I guess the recently can have an effect on that, but I kind of get the feeling you have more than one friend on the other side, to be honest. Okay. Is this male? As I'm asking the question. You start talking. Okay. So Vicky is the name of the person that you want to connect with. Okay, give me just a second here, hon. So she left fairly abruptly too, huh? I get a quick go. Right. And I will come back because, well, may or may not. I get the feeling there's a male on the other side for you too, Bambi. I get the sense that Vicky left fairly abruptly. Does that make sense? Oh, you're talking about the male? Could very well be. Take care, Sherry. Let me see. So you, Bambi, do you still want to connect with your friend Vicky, or do you want to have the connection from the male? Just so I can, because what happens is it's almost like it becomes a, not a tug of war, but that type of thing, right? Sometimes they both try and come through at the same times. And it can be a little confusing on the information you're receiving when you got, it's like, I call it, use the term piggyback. They want to piggyback each other. So let me know, Bambi, which one you want me to move forward with. I think my comments is just kind of hanging there a minute. Yeah, I'm recording it, Tina, not a problem. Again, new software, it should automatically put it into Facebook anyway because I'm streaming there. So you can go through my page and you should be able to review it anytime through there. This is something I do on a regular basis. So this is, like I said, this is my way of giving back. Okay, so your dad, I see that now, Bambi. Give me a second here. So dad feels like he was sick for a time before he passed as well. I get a real sense of humor. Because I get this mischievous grin, so this mischievous side to him, right? I do get illness. They show me the ramp. The ramp always represents illness. I wouldn't want to cross him. I said with love, right? And what I mean by that is, he was fiercely loyal to family. He was a very hard worker as well. So if anyone tried to do something to his family, he would be like right up at them. Right. But I really love that sense of humor in him. Almost to the point of a dry sense of humor sometimes. So it's almost like cracking a joke with a straight face and trying to see if the other person really figures out and knows whether it's a joke or not. Right. Okay. Did you not get to say goodbye to him, Bambi? Because I almost get the sense of unfinished business. And it could have been also the perspective of, as an example, being in the hospital, I'm going to see him, he's okay. We walk out and then he passes. Because I get him being very private that way too. Alina, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I can maybe answer that a little bit after. Yeah, I use the term a ramp. Crystal says a ramp. Yeah, what the guides have always showed me is if someone, these are like, guides and spirit speaks a lot in images or symbols. So when I get a ramp that goes down like this, it represents an illness where someone is deteriorating, going down and down and down, right? When someone has left abruptly, where it is like an accident or even a suicide, it's like this. And this always means quick go. And this means illness for me, right? Spirit speaks in many ways, and we basically are acting, anyone who's a medium or a psychic, I mean, I guess medium for spirit, but it's like you're acting as an interpreter. So our job is to try and understand the feelings or the symbols that we receive so that we can bring it forward in an appropriate manner, right? And a lot of that comes just with the experience too, right? To learn what different symbols represent. And that's only in that sense of repetitiveness that you begin to learn that, right? So Bambi, is that helping a little bit with your dad? Yeah, I'm looking forward to, I'm putting together a program that is going to help for, if you will, psychic or spiritual development, that I'm focusing towards empaths and intuitives, right? Helping people develop and open their gifts, whatever that's going to be for them. So this year, that's one of the things I'm working on. And I've been taking a spiritual coaching program and something called a spiritual practitioner, which is learning something called science of the mind. So I'm doing a lot of further metaphysical training right now as well. So it's exciting. I stay pretty busy now between clients and all my Zoom courses and other classes I have to take and my homework. And I'm working with some pro bono coaching clients right now for my coaching program. So yeah, it's been fun. So Bambi, yeah. Was there something specific, again, you wanted to know from your dad? I just get the sense, I just feel like that you haven't had complete closure with the loss. Do you understand that? And for those of you that I haven't said hello to, hiya, welcome. And those of you that haven't joined my page, you know what? Get over to my page, like it, follow. You'll know when I go live again. Love to have you. I'm always trying to post inspirational things, and ways to help people, right? Bambi, I feel like some of it is private. Do you understand that? And I also hear the term unshed tears, and that always represents that there's still emotional attachment there, that you haven't completed your healing from that loss yet. Yeah. You know what? When you're ready, if you want a session, reach out. Be more than happy to help you, because to be very honest, I think some of this is private. It's like I see your dad. They show me two sides of a coin. So, that part that is the smiles and friendliness, but he could also be extremely moody. And there's some things that if the guides tell me it's private, that I don't always bring up in group, because it's just, if you will, not appropriate. Not everybody likes all their being put out, and that's just kind of the way I operate. But know that, okay, what I heard is it's a time to heal. It's a time to forgive. Do you understand that, Bambi? And hello, Heidi. I know you guys, if I'm not able to make a connection or, answer a question for you guys today, again, this is what I do full time. You can message me through my Facebook page. You can go check out my website, paulahunter.ca. I do all sorts of different things, from aromatherapy to aroma massage to hypnosis. Go check it out. Be more than happy to set up a session. And I do email questions too. If you just have one question, I do one question or three questions, right? And you can send me the information. I actually record it and send you an MP3. So you can have all that as well. So just to kind of shamelessly promote myself. Just kidding. All right, guys. Well, we're coming up after the hour now. Alina, you're asking, where am I located? I'm actually located just outside of St. George here in New Brunswick. But with COVID, I do a lot online. I do a lot over Zoom. I've read for clients in Germany and Switzerland and out of the US and in different provinces. It's basically whatever somebody needs. So I do a lot of Zoom sessions where they're recorded and you can download it afterward, right? Which is always kind of a nice thing. So I'm not stuck with just reading in person. I do a lot of Zoom sessions these days. Okay, but thank you for asking the question. For those of you that are in the area and that want to come out, you know what? My doors are open. And as you can see behind me, I used to have a metaphysical store, so I still sell certain things, crystals and candles and aromatherapy products, all sorts of different things. So yeah, Heidi, if you're down this way, give me a shout. If anyone wants to stop in, I see Lisa, you're talking about due for a session. Reach out, my dear. Be more than happy to book you one in, okay? So I want to thank you guys for coming and hang with me. I'm really glad that this software appears to be working, and it sounds like it is a little faster than the other, so I'm pretty excited about that. Laura, I see, I'll get your question there before I pop off. You're asking, how do I cleanse a crystal? Right? So for me personally, there's different ways that I would use. Sometimes I live in the country. We're on almost 10 acres out here. And if it is a full moon, that's one of my favorite ways to do that. So I'll put a lot of my bigger pieces out in basically outside the moonlight. But as I said, I don't have neighbors next door, so I don't have to worry about somebody coming in and trying to steal my crystals. Certain crystals I will just run under cold water. This is one that I've always used when I channel. It's always been in my hand. And this is actually smoky quartz, and it's really good for spirit connection. This is one that I could run under running water. You can use like the ocean or salt water. You can use spring water. I'm on well water, so it's all fresh. A lot of times I'll also use sage. So I'll smudge, right? Get my sage going to clear my room, especially when I do have people coming in and out of here. And everybody brings their baggage in, and sometimes baggage gets left. So I want to make sure that things stay clear. So as I'm clearing my rooms, I'm going to clear my crystals as well. These are two that I use quite regularly when I do my stuff. When I meditate and ground, I hold them in my palms, right? So there's lots of different ways. Intention, hold them to your heart. Tell them how much you love them. The intention is to remove anything of a negative vibration from them. There's so many different ways. Try out some different ways and see what works best for you. See what resonates with you. Do some research, because there are certain crystals like selenite that will dissolve in water. So you want to be aware about things like that. And you know what, Laura, maybe that's something I need to do a little video on. I know I've done it before, but we can always pop on and do it again. I actually can't see you back there. I sell sage, but I use a shell and a feather. But yeah, I'll do that sometime, Laura. I'll jump online. I'll make a note of that right now, and do a little smudging demo. Again, it's at the end of the day, it comes down to intent, right? Everything's energy. What is your intent? What do you want to create, right? And it's about clearing. And smudging a place is different than removing spirit from a place too. Okay, just to give you that one. I will do that, Laura. We'll figure something out. So again, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming and hang out. Yeah, check out my page if you haven't, like, follow, and I'm going to be, I'll post here shortly. I think I can only post a week in advance, but you can check on my website too. I have an area that says events, so it'll show when my next live is going to be. Okay. So I got a few before Christmas for Cancer signs. I'm a Cancer too. We're highly intuitive. We're highly emotional and crazy people sometimes. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. And you know what, Laura, maybe sometime I'll pop on and maybe we'll just do like a question and answer type things. You know, what types of things do you guys want to know about? And we can do something like that. That might be something a little bit different, a little bit fun too. All right, guys. Well, you guys have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me for a while. It's deeply appreciated. I love you guys so much. Take care. Bye.